name is Dr. Tom Cavalieri. I'm the Dean of the Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine. Can I ask you to please stand for our national anthem, which will be performed by Rowan University student Hope Friedel.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job, Hope. Thank you very much. Welcome again, our students and our guests, to the white coat ceremony for the class of 2026. This is such a great day. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome our students and their families and friends to this very special assembly. It is a privilege to preside over this milestone occasion for the Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine's class of 2026. This ceremony represents our largest class ever, the largest class of any medical school in our state. The first class of medical students representing our new campus location. And today, we begin to publicly feature our powerful partnership with Virtua Health, with our shared goal of developing a premier academic health center right here in South Jersey. Before I begin the program, let me introduce the members of our platform. First, our president, Dr. Ali Hushman. You'll be hearing from Dr. Hushman shortly. Dr. Hushman, we can't thank you enough for your support of our school, for your support of osteopathic medicine, and your support of the health of our state and nation. Thank you. And thank you for all you've done to support our partnership with Virtua. Next is Dr. Reg Blaber, Executive Vice President and Chief Clinical Officer of Virtua. I'll be introducing him a little more later, but Reg, thank you also for joining us, and I know you've had an integral part in the Rowan-Virtua relationship. Also next is Dr. Anthony Lohman, Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs. And also, I want to express my appreciation to him for his tremendous support of our school, and he has been working very hard with Dr. Blaber to foster this Rowan-Virtua relationship that is so important to us and to South Jersey. We have two members of the Rowan University board with us. First is Dr. Barbara Chamberlain, and also Mr. Nick Petroni. I want to take this opportunity to thank both of them, and also to thank the Rowan University Board of Trustees for all they do to support this great university and all they've done to support RowanSOM as well. Thank you for joining us. Along with us is Dr. Steve Scheinthal. He's representing the New Jersey Association of Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons. He's their president. He also is our chair of the Department of Psychiatry. Also with us is the president-elect of the American Osteopathic Association, Dr. Ira Manka. He will become president next year, and we are very proud. He is a 1984 RowanSOM. So you can see when you come to SOM, you're in for great things in terms of leadership. So Ira, thank you for joining us, and thank you for all you do for the nation and for our school as well. With regard to our relationship with NJOPS, the New Jersey Association of Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons, as I mentioned, Dr. Scheinthal, our chair of psychiatry and president of the NJOPS. I'd like to note that this organization has helped us underwrite the cost of the white coats for the entering class, and we are very grateful for this organization's commitment to our school. They spend a lot of time fundraising for scholarships for our students, so we're very grateful for the relationship. Also here with us is Dr. George Scott, who is the Dean of the RowanSOM Sewell campus, Dr. Kathy Lambert, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, Ms. Paula Watkins, our Assistant Dean for Admissions. And finally, our Student Council First Vice President and member of the class of 2024, student Dr. Alan Chung, who will be addressing you, our students, in just a little bit. I'm also pleased to welcome several guests who are with us, our SOM other deans and department chairs that have joined us. Also with us is Dr. Jennifer Khalil. Jen is a graduate of our school, and she is the Senior Vice President and Chief Medical Officer of Virtua. Also, Dr. Anne-Marie Palatnik, Assistant Vice President, Clinical Learning and Academic Affiliations and Research at Virtua Health. Here also is Dr. David Bollard, President of our Alumni Association, Dr. Andrea Iannizelli, past President of our Alumni Association, Dr. Josh Corin, Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs and Chair of our Department of Family Medicine, Dr. Danielle Cooley, Chair of our Department of Osteopathic Manipulative Medicine, Dr. Rich German, Chair of our Department of Physical Medicine and Rehab and the Director of our Neuromusculoskeletal Institute, Dr. Kevin Overback, Chair of our Department of Geriatrics and Gerontology, Dr. Rachel Silliman-Cohen, Director of our CARES Institute, Dr. Tanya Cadmus Iannizelli, Interim Chair of our Department of Pediatrics, Dr. Deanna Janora, the Director of our Problem-Based Learning Curriculum, Dr. Michelle Tartaglia, Assistant Dean for Clinical Education, and Mr. Dean Machichi, Assistant Dean for Student Programs and Alumni Engagement. I'd also like to recognize and acknowledge the countless family, friends, students, faculty, and alumni who are joining us on the live stream of this ceremony. The model of the white coat ceremony was conceived by Dr. Arnold Gold, founder of the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, which is dedicated to creating innovative medical education programs that foster humanism in medicine. In 1996, SOM became the first osteopathic medical school to hold a white coat ceremony. The white coat ceremony commemorates your commitment and hard work to pursue a career in osteopathic medicine and your official induction into the RowanSOM family. Like any family, we are here to support and encourage you and help you to reach your goal of being the very best physician that you could be. I do want to take a moment today to remember Mark Salo, who was a member of the class of 2026, and like all of you, aspiring to be an outstanding osteopathic physician. I know a number of you knew Mark very well. Some of you were even a member of his church. Tragically, Mark and his parents died in a car accident just 1 week before he was to begin his orientation. Mark was a student at Rowan University and a candidate for the 3-4 Accelerated BSDO program. We plan to present his white coat posthumously at a ceremony later this semester. I'd ask you to please keep Mark and his family in your thoughts and prayers at this time. Class of 2026, your medical school journey will be filled with many opportunities, but also unique challenges as well. You will be rewarded with the highest privilege, caring for human life, and we have tremendous confidence that you will be successful. You came to us with countless experiences and achievements, so let me share some information about this class. Many of you have experienced great success in many areas outside your education, including several who have served or currently serve in our nation's military. We have also a former science and biology teacher and a firefighter. In addition, this class has a wide range of special interests, including a violinist, a drummer, a singer, and an astrophotographer, and a national competitive table tennis player. A well-rounded group here. Many of you are avid travelers, with several of you having visited more than 20 countries thus far in your lives. Some of you are competitive athletes, including a competitive freestyle skier and a 3-time All-American track and field among you. While nearly 3/4 of the class hails from New Jersey, with 18% right from here in South Jersey, we welcome our students from 15 states across the nation. As far as Alaska, we welcome you to New Jersey and to Rowan University. More than half of the class, 57% of the students, are female, and nearly 1 in every 7 members of the class identify from a race or ethnicity considered to be underrepresented in medicine. Of special note, this is the largest admitted medical school class in New Jersey, and we are very proud that among this class are the first 72 members of our new Sewell campus location. This inaugural group of students is part of history for SOM and for medical education in South Jersey. We are grateful to all that have helped to develop and shape this beautiful new campus, which will enable our medical school to have a great impact in improving health within our state and our nation. Our medical students, we know all of you will continue to accomplish great things during your time here at SOM, and we are excited about what the future holds for you. I'd like to now address those who have supported you along the journey. To the parents and family and friends, you have a significant role in their success. You have nurtured and supported these students to help them get where they are today. But as you know, your work is not yet complete. They will need your continued support and encouragement. They will need your words of wisdom, and sometimes they will need someone just to listen to them during the difficult times of the journey. For me, the support of my family and friends and my faith was essential to my success, and I know I share this with our incoming students already. I know our students will rely on their family and many other sources of support as well. I want you to know that we have a great faculty here at RowanSOM, some of the very best scientists and clinicians in the nation. I always say that our students are the very heart of the school, but the faculty are the very soul. They are dedicated educators, clinicians, scientists, researchers, and wonderful role models that are committed to be sure that each and every one of you have what it takes to be very successful in your pursuit of becoming an excellent physician. Students, you have chosen a great profession, a most noble profession. At its very heart is the service of humanity. Imagine a profession where each day what you do is to help people, a profession in which you cure, you comfort, you improve the quality of the human condition, and uphold the dignity of every human life by providing skillful, compassionate care to every patient you encounter. Each day, you will care for each patient from the perspective of osteopathic medicine, and that is caring for the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. In closing, I want to share our promise to you. We will do our very best to continue to support your journey as you put forth your greatest effort in the pursuit of your goal of becoming a caring, skillful, and compassionate physician. So I extend my congratulations to you, and we're looking forward to a bright next 4 years when we regather for your graduation. Congratulations, this class of 2026. Sure. At this point, I would like to introduce our provost, Dr. Tony Lohman, who I work closely with every day in governing our school and moving it forward. And Tony, I'd like to welcome you, say a few words to our group here.
My glasses are shining, so I can't get a good view of this class, but taking them off, I can see these shining faces. Again, my name is Tony Lohman. I'm the provost here. I think Dr. Hushman asked me to give the remarks on his behalf because I think he likes when I tell the story that I was going to go to medical school, and then I fainted in a cadaver lab, fainted at a blood drive my freshman year, and my advisor kind of said, Tony, you might be going up the wrong track. So, but it's okay. I'm here today, and it's all fine. But it's a pleasure to welcome you today to Rowan University. And I want to talk to you about what a special place our institution is and what a special leader we have. So I'm going to rewind the clock to 10 years ago when Dr. Hushman took over as president of Rowan University. Rowan had about 11,000 students, was a regionally classified master's granting institution. SOM was just becoming on the radar as a piece of higher ed restructuring when UMDNJ was being split into pieces and given to the schools. Today, we're sitting here today at a 23,000 student, high research classification R2 university, ranked nationally as one of the top 100 public research institutions in the country, and the third fastest growing research university in the United States. So truly a special place. And you are a big part of the next phase of this growth. So the one thing we looked at when we were looking at how do we grow as an institution, it was really at our strengths of the intersection of life sciences, engineering, innovation. And that's what led us to, I think, what was the missing piece to our medical schools, and that was our partnership with Virtua. SOM had a number of friends and a number of partners, but it lacked that true leading partner. And that's where Virtua stepped up to become that leading partner. And what we've done is we have combined the biggest and I will say it here, I don't mind, we do have a second medical school, but not just the biggest, but the best medical school in the state of New Jersey, right here in front of us. And I have no doubt with the partnership that we have in place with Virtua, with the students, the wonderful students we have, our amazing dean and leadership team, and of course the faculty that I see sitting here in our front row, that by the time you graduate, this will be the best osteopathic medical school in the country. So just speaking briefly, because I know my time was short and I probably spent all of it already, but I will go into a few more seconds, because Dr. Cavallari sets a good tone that we can just keep talking. But just to briefly talk to you a little bit about what this Virtua College of Medicine and Health Science means to us. It means we'll be growing our new School of Nursing and Health Professions, helping train the next generation of healthcare professionals here in the state of New Jersey. We'll be growing a new School of Translational Biomedical Engineering and Sciences as an avenue to new discoveries in medicine, devices. We'll be focusing on cardiovascular disease, organ transplant, regenerative medicine, and of course health equity as we begin to retool our health system to face the next challenges as we go along. What does that mean for you? It means for you as students, whether you're on the Stratford campus or the Sewell campus, you'll be studying alongside other health professionals, nurses, respiratory therapists. You'll be in labs next to researchers doing cutting-edge research to try to translate discovery to bench. So all of these things will be part of your education and part of what you see every day as you're studying here in South Jersey and becoming our next generation of leaders. So you can expect big things from your university over the next 4 years as you grow. And more importantly, we expect big things from you. So we're excited to watch your journey as you grow here at Rowan, and I wish you all the best of luck, and I too look forward to May 2026 to watch each and every one of you crossing the green as you graduate. So thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thanks again, Tony, for all you've done for our school. And I want to acknowledge our president once again, who has not only done a lot for our school and healthcare, but has really transformed higher education here in South Jersey. So Dr. Hushman, thanks again. It's now my honor to introduce Dr. Reg Blaber for greetings from Virtua Health. He is the Executive Vice President and Chief Clinical Officer of Virtua, but we've known him for many years before. He's a very noted cardiologist in our region here in South Jersey, and also he served as the president of Our Lady of Lourdes and was very influential in the transition of Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital into Virtua Health System. And then now he's been working very hard, as I said, with Dr. Lohman to create this great academic health center here in South Jersey. Reg?
It's always nice to find your notes in the podium. Oops. Well, thank you to President Hushman, Dean Cavallari, and Provost Lohman for this gracious invitation to speak today. We at Virtua are so excited about this new Virtua Health College of Medicine and Life Sciences of Rowan University that you've all entered. You will be the very first class to experience the synergy, the clinical and educational synergy that Rowan and Virtua have created together. Over the next 4 years, you're going to have the opportunity to be participants in shaping of this new college and witness our commitment to inclusivity, empowerment, and excellence in everything we do. But enough of that for now. What an honor to stand before you this morning to witness this transition and you becoming an individual who wears a white coat. I understand very well the commitments that all of you have made your families and loved ones to achieve this incredible milestone. The significance of this day actually compels me to tell you a story about one of my patients that's had a profound impact on my own evolution to be the best physician that I can be. Let's call her Olivia, a very witty Polish immigrant with a thick accent who every time I saw her on my schedule would cause this little knot in my stomach to develop. You see, Olivia has been convinced that she's on the verge of a health-related crisis for the entire 25 years that I have known her. You know, she's always asking for testing of this or that, despite all of my assurances that she's absolutely healthy. When I would read to her the test results, and she asked me to read every line, word for word, for the entire report, she would jump to horrible conclusions if there was any word in the summary other than normal. The intensity of her anxiety was always a mystery to me, and if I'm being honest, somewhat exhausting. As such, despite how lovely she was, I didn't always look forward to these visits. That is until one day I said, Olivia, tell me something I don't already know about you. Her reply stunned me. She said, Doctor, I don't know how old I am. I thought she was kidding. I replied, how can that be? And she went on to tell me that she was born in the 1930s and 40s, or early 40s, in Warsaw, when the Nazis were occupying Poland. Her family was Jewish. And as a result, she told me that her entire family had to hide under their home, their own home, for 4 to 5 years. And in that span, she lost both of her parents. It was in that moment that I came to understand Michelle and her ever-present sense of foreboding and constant need for reassurance that she was okay. It was also in that moment that I developed this overwhelming sense of regret. How could I have known Olivia for 15 years and only now come to understand the most important part of her story? I had been lost in my own pressures to try to figure out what was the matter with Olivia, rather than trying to seek understanding of what mattered most to Olivia. So that brings us to your new white coat. To me, the white coat is a very visible symbol that you have accepted the responsibility of service to others as your life's calling. Amazingly, those who wear the white coat are invited into the lives of individuals like Olivia in their most vulnerable moments. Despite knowing nothing else about you, they trust you implicitly to do the right thing by them. What a magnificent honor to wear this white coat and be invited into those lives. But also, what an incredible responsibility to bear, even as a student. So, in this seminal moment of your journey, I want to share 2 pearls of wisdom that Olivia and so many of my patients have taught me over my own 30-plus year journey that I hope that will serve you well as you begin yours. 1, a person is a patient for a very short period of time, but a human all of the time. It's too easy to separate a patient from their humanity, and we do it all the time inadvertently. When you're in the hospitals, you're going to hear doctors and nurses talk about that patient down the hall in room 203 with heart failure, when in fact that's a woman. an executive, the breadwinner for the family, who's caring for 2 aging parents and raising 3 children with her husband. And now she's suddenly worried what tomorrow will bring with this new diagnosis. Always remember that every individual you care for has a unique story beyond their diagnosis. And more often than not, they're desperate for you to know that story. Seeking out that story will help you to understand what matters most to them as you try to figure out what's the matter with them. Sometimes, as with Olivia, they're one and the same. 2, your patients also want to have that human connection with you. They want to know you as a person. Embrace that. Share little tidbits of your life with them over time. And you'll find that those patients soon become your friends. You know, when your patients know that you truly care about them, your bond becomes strong, even therapeutic in and of itself. For all the tools in our proverbial black bag, be it surgeries, medicines, devices, procedures, the most powerful healing tool of all is not an alarm. The most powerful healing tool of all will always be the compassion and empathy that we show our patients as we stand with them when they are in harm's way. The simple phrase, "I will be there every step of the way with you," can mean the world to someone facing the isolation of a dire illness. Believe me, they won't remember the person or necessarily the stent that was skillfully placed into the coronary artery during their heart attack, but they will remember forever the person who made them feel comforted in their moment of terror, and so will their families. As students, you can be the ones to walk with them in those moments. So finally, back to Olivia. Once I understood Olivia and why she is the way she is, I no longer got that knot in my stomach. I no longer waited for her to ask me to read the report. I took the initiative, and I did so because I understood that was the medicine that she needed from me. In the last 10 years, meeting every 3 months at her request, I do what I can to keep the ghosts of her past at bay. And I do so happily because I get incredible joy from it, probably more than she does. So today, as you begin your own white coat journey, I challenge all of you to seek out that unique story of every individual who dares to trust you with their care. Make that human connection between doctor and patient, student and patient, between human and human. Because that is what paves the way to their healing and ultimately your own joy and fulfillment in this most noble and greatest of professions. So good luck to all of you, and welcome to the Virtua Health College of Medicine and Life Sciences of Rowan University.
Rich, thank you. Thank you so much for that wonderful words of wisdom, and thank you for illustrating early on the extreme importance of the patient-physician relationship. And no matter how healthcare has changed with technology, with the power of insurance companies, with other regulations, that patient-physician relationship is at the heart of what we do, and it's very therapeutic. And as you said, it gives so much joy in what we do as physicians. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, our Student Council Vice President and third-year medical student, Alan Chung. Alan completed his undergraduate studies at the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California, with a major in biological sciences and a minor in Asian studies. He is also a graduate of our very own Rowan University Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences in their master's program. Please join me in welcoming student Dr. Alan Chung.
Thank you, Dean Cavalieri, for the kind introduction. I'd like to take this chance to thank all of our faculty and administration for all that they do. I know you guys do a lot for us, and you guys don't always see the appreciation, so on behalf of everyone, we're very thankful, so thank you. Good morning. My name is Alan Chung. I'm a third-year medical student here at RowanSOM and your 2022-2023 Student Council Vice President. I'm honored to be able to speak on such a special day for not only our student doctors, but also their family and friends. Before I continue with my speech, I would like to ask our students to side bend left, rotate right, and turn around to find their friends and family and give them a quick wave or a kiss, whatever you prefer. I know it's dark. Great. Now that I've successfully reduced the anxiety of our medical students, I'd like to touch on my journey leading up to medicine in hopes of imparting a few words of wisdom. Medical school was not originally in my plans. In fact, for the majority of my life, I didn't believe that I was capable of becoming a physician. My peers always seemed more competent, and I had very little direction in life. My senior year of undergrad, by chance, I woke up to a recruiting email for medical scribes. I gave it a shot and ended up in an incredibly busy emergency department that served a community with rampant drug use, violence, and challenging patient cases. Where most people find chaos, I found purpose and clarity. Watching myself grow, learn, and engage every day showed me what purpose can do for a person's life. Student doctors, I want you to reflect and look how much purpose has done for you. Look how far it has brought you and how far it will continue to guide you. Now think about the role of a physician, and more specifically, an osteopathic physician. Our goal is to not only find and treat symptoms, but to help patients thrive so they can live a meaningful life. So as you continue on your journey with medicine, I want you to ask yourself, how can I help patients find their purpose by improving their quality of life? In the next 4 years of medical school, you will achieve extraordinary accomplishments and transform into confident, capable clinicians. But along the way, you may feel moments of defeat and overwhelming feelings of doubt. In these moments, I want you to dig deep and remind yourself of your purpose. Lean back on your support system, call home, and most importantly, take a study break. Thank you all for your time, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you very much, Alan, for your words of advice to our students. And now we've come to the part of the assembly that you've all been waiting for, the presentations of the white coats. So to our students, please remain seated until your row is called forward. And now I'd like to invite members of our admissions committee, Dr. German, Dr. Todd Schachter, and Dr. Deb Podolin to join me on the stage for the presentation of the white coats. And I'd also like to invite Dr. Kathy Lambert and Assistant Dean Paula Watkins to assist with the ceremony.
President Hushman, President Hushman, Dr. Lohman, Dean Cavalieri, members of the Rowan University Board and faculty, the candidates that sit before you have successfully met the requirements for admission to the Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the members of the RowanSOM class of 2026. Alicia Bosick. Jarrell Wiley. Taylor Good. Narlith Lopez. Courtney Williams. Victoria Robinson. Harold Knight. Amin Khan. Arya Sen. Liam Courtney. Anudeep Devi. Austin Perry. Mitchell Kaplan. Isfita Marfatia. Shruti Varshney. Yasmin Galabolu. Arjun Kotwal. Christopher Pendicio. David Halim Banu. Yue Chen. Jeffrey Wang. Jasji Kaur Dhaliwal. Christian Fang. Muhammad El Hakim. Frank Camarda. Kailan Coombs. Shikar Manchanti. Jordan Clark. Megha Gupta. Anusha Baradiha. Sindura Nimani. Nirali Rana. Veronica Alday. Soumya Tantandio. Muskunjat Kaur. Nithisha Chidala. Sanjana Davaluri. Minjal Patel. Nicholas Zangi. John Sauer. Nathaniel Burns. Dale Johnson. Matthew Boyle. Zachary Knoll. Neil Patel. Alex Capitelli. Elizabeth Leverand. Marley Frandon. Holly Fullman. Yesha Dave. Julia Wang. Veronica Bloom. Leah Clea. Caroline Tramontana. Salma Saifuddin. Sandra Wilson. Marlena Tusilio. Roshni Patel. John Sochi. Yogan Patel. Arjit Sood. Joshua Summerer. Krishna Patel. Sandeep Prasad. Shweta Sundaram. Sally Rohan. Jonathan Tadros. Dan Yakubovich. Ashna Reddy. Kiran Javed. Maftuna Kabanavatzava. Devashri Parikh. Kirtana Santakumar. Tara Hardikar. Alicia Vincent. Sabrina Papero. Amanda Miller. Sophia Kaplan. Talia Hartman. Nadia Federica. Lamia Candil. Claire Licata. Jensen Clark. Rihanna Tarabakia. Austin Wong. Evelyn Ortiz. Elisa Laguarta. Rebecca Che. Bartosz Skiba. Abigail Nussbaum. Jasmine Emmanuel. Sarah Kwan. Jose Gerald Aragon. Benjamin Infosino. Audrey Sang. Aditya Mudiganda. Salma Meher. Isra Ilhadi. Evelyn Devosic. Jessica Witherspoon. Janae Jones. Amy Nguyen. Jacqueline Schultz. Mariana Salas. Melissa Creasy. Jacob Rowe. John DeRoche. Dev Patel. Abdullah Nouri. Akash Patel. Ganesh Pramaraja. Aziza Jadala. Adam Friedman. Kevin Reagan. Talia Durante. Milena Sudarico. Mary Zalway. Anthony De Palma. Michael Reingold. Rahul Ubriani. Pranav Reddy. Brian Matthew. Samrat Galapudi. Syed Aftab. Catherine Klein. Priya Srivastava. Kinjal Shah. Simran Gandhi. Shivam Patel. Kush Patel. Urpan Bhagat. Nicole Clark. Brooke Schaefer. Catherine Walters. Colin Campbell. Kyle Kowalski. Kenny Lang. Matthew Duranta. Michael Acevedo. Gabriana Andrews. Sanam Mistry. Mariam Sharabin. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Wow, what an amazing class. They're going to be great physicians, and that's only half of them today, so we have the other half to go yet. So congratulations to you. So one more round of applause. You have just completed an important milestone in your medical school career. At your graduation, you will recite along with the faculty the osteopathic oath. This is a sacred oath that you profess at a public ceremony to affirm your commitment to the profession and to your patients. Today, we ask you to make a pledge that will establish the foundation for your medical school experience, to acquire the necessary knowledge and skills to become a competent osteopathic physician. This pledge affirms your capacity for hard work and sacrifice, understanding and respect for your colleagues and patients, and your promise to uphold the strong values and humanistic principles that are at the core of the profession that you have entered. At this time, I ask our class of 2026 to rise and recite the Pledge of Commitment along with me. You can find the pledge in the back of your program. As I embark upon the study of medicine at the Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine, I will enter into a relationship of mutual respect with my teachers, my colleagues, to enhance the learning environment and gain the knowledge, skills, and attitudes of a competent osteopathic physician. Accept responsibility only for those matters for which I am competent, maintain the trust expected of an osteopathic physician, and never take advantage of the patient-doctor relationship. Show compassion and respect for all others. Set worthy examples in the application of humanistic principles in my relationships with patients and others within the medical community. Work toward improving my sensitivity and skills in human interaction, understanding and respecting the differences among my patients and colleagues. Value the knowledge and wisdom of the physicians who have preceded me in the profession and endeavor to contribute to the osteopathic tradition. Recognize my weaknesses and strengths and strive to develop those qualities that will earn the respect of my patients, my colleagues, my family, and myself. Continue learning throughout all the days of my life. Congratulations again. Class of 2026, there are many people who will support you throughout your medical school, your family, classmates, faculty, staff, alumni, and friends. As part of your support system, we would like you to begin your medical career with some important advice. So, students, please reach into your right pocket of your white coat and open the envelope that was given to you at registration. You will find a note with words of wisdom and support. Please take a moment to read your note. We hope these messages will inspire you throughout your years of medical school and beyond. I'd like to thank the family, friends, faculty, alumni who donated to our White Coat Notes campaign. Funds raised for this campaign are earmarked for SOM student scholarships, so we thank everyone for their support. You may be seated.
As we conclude today's program, I'd like to extend special thank you to all the Student Affairs team, student and staff volunteers, theater staff, Rowan Television Network, and Rowan Public Safety for making this event possible. So let's give them a round of applause, please. Now, immediately following the recessional, an outdoor reception is going to be available at the hospitality tent on the North Campus Drive, right outside Robinson Hall. Additional seating will be available in the tent in the Wilson Courtyard. I want to thank you all for joining us today and ask that you remain seated until after the full processional has passed. This is a great day. Thank you all for coming.